Good evening, and welcome to Conversations with Aeson. Man, it's been a week. I tell you what, you're getting organized, getting ramped up for the fall. Garden's coming in, it's doing real nice. I kind of like that. Got some nice zucchini in, and different things from the garden, and kind of working things up that way. And got to thinking, about how, here lately I've been kind of storming Norman all over the place. So I thought I'd talk tonight a little bit about taking time for us. Because we get into that busy mode of life of gotta go, win the race, whatever, hustle, which is all fine and good. But what you don't realize is that your body in itself can't keep that pace going for too long, especially if you're in the energetic business. If you're doing massage, or you're doing Reiki, or you're doing psychic readings, or you're doing definitely mediumship, you got to definitely take care of yourself. So I thought I'd share a few things that I do when I get out of here. Get out of the office, get away from the phones, and take time for me. I make sure to get at least 8 hours sleep. Now I'm being forced into 10 hours sleep because of me needing more break time. And something that will seem really weird is writing. Writing in itself allows you to empty out that mental blockage in your head of all that yapping going on. And of course, I'm sure you guys have seen my life manual that I have on YouTube. I'm actually redoing it and adapting it to new situations. I really like it. I need to do an updated video because it's been about 4.5 years since I've done that. And, it really helps me out because it helps me get everything in one place. And see, here's the thing. Your brain is organized to function. If something's organized, the brain can process it faster. That's why there's specific spreads for tarot. That's why the, offices have the alphabetical system, and before that they had sticks and stones, whatever. But your brain, if it's in an organizational system, an organizational environment, it will operate on a much more smoother pace. The energy flows much better. That's why a lot of times when people tell me that they've got craziness going on, I say, go clean your house. Throw out all the crap you don't like. Get rid of the ex-boyfriend's crap that you've been hiding in the closet in a box because your brain knows it's there. That's why you're still thinking of him, even though he's done moved on, married 3 women, and divorced 2 of them. It's because, our environment reflects us. So if you have a nice organized place of work, most workplaces are well organized, but most homes aren't. But if you organize your home into a comfortable, flowing environment, you're going to be a lot more at peace, a lot more comfortable, but also the energy is going to flow through the home better. So that's what I thought we'd talk about a little bit. And, I'm going to be taking you guys' calls in the order they are coming into the call panel, so that, everyone gets a chance to talk. We've been really getting a lot of great calls, which is wonderful, and I really like that. But, sometimes we don't get everybody in, and I apologize. So let's try to, keep it to one question, one comment, and we kind of move forward with that. And, we'll go from the 1 and all the way down to wherever we get to. All right, so 415, you're on the air. 415?
Yes, hi, I'm here. Good evening. I like what you said. I had a friend who came over today and said she's all frazzled and she's trying to get herself calmed down, and what could she do? So, and I said, well,
tell her to clean her house.
Yeah, you know what? She loves cleaning. She's like, her house is like her everything. You know what I mean? She had this house designed just the way she wanted it, and she's just like meticulous. But I think that a lot of unexpected things happened, and it's just, I want to say something to her that's helpful, but you know what I mean? But she says, oh, some of my friends said I should maybe smoke some weed. And I'm like, I don't know about that, but
I don't think that's going to help anything, honey.
I don't. That's not my approach. But
gets that out. Brain dumping or writing, journaling definitely helps get that stress out, and also getting out of what your structured environment is. Go out into nature, reconnect with the earth, and tell her to go play in her flower bed. I mean, if we look at some of the things that our ancestors did to get away from stress, and it was the mundane stuff. It's like when I've got a lot of issues, I go and iron.
Okay.
Okay, because you're
That's
ironing those wrinkles out.
Most people wouldn't think of that.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Well, I'll definitely, I don't think she's an ironing fan, but I will definitely mention it to her, and I'll definitely mention the writing, because I think the writing might help her. And she does have a garden as well. And, you know, sometimes I'm amazed at how much she does, but I think she just got hit with, there were several, you know, her cat is gone for like a month. And her a close friend passed away, so there's just been a lot, and I think that, you know, I think it's just that kind of, you know, oh my God, like hoping the other shoe isn't going to fall. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And you know, a lot of times we get kind of in that crisis mode, and that's when, you know, I was talking about a minute ago, and we've been talking about is when we get into those modes, we need to start simplifying. Taking the process out, getting the organizational in. Even though it's designed for her, it may not fit her, you know, the way things are organized now may not fit her current demeanor and needs. Yeah,
that's good. That's a good point. That's a good point. I'm definitely going to share some of that with her. She's a sweetheart of a person, and you know, I want to offer something hopefully helpful.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So my question tonight is: do you see a relationship, a long-term, loving, mutually respectful relationship coming in?
Let me take a look here, honey.
Okay.
I feel like it's already there. It's just not grown yet.
Wow. I'd like to know who that is.
Dark hair, medium height, kind of a very sharp jawline. Tends to be very professional. I would say he's in some type of, I won't call it high profile. I'll call it like, you know, when I say high profile or high demand, it's like lawyer, doctor, something where he has to be very suity and professional. But he also tends to like go out and like hit the beach in the evenings and that type of thing. So he's very fun, but he's in a very structured, high professional job. Okay.
I don't have any clue, but unless it's, I really don't. I really don't. I met somebody who's a who does like couples therapy, but I really don't think, you know, I'm older than he is, and I just don't really feel that kind of attraction. But you know, in a way, I think I look healthier than he does. But
well, you do. That's just because you take more care of yourself and you ain't carrying around 100 clients on your back. But give it a month. It'll be self-evident who it is because you'll be dating them by then.
Okay. And so then you see this going in that direction.
Correct.
Okay, long-term.
Long-term, permanent, cohabitational, very comfortable with each other.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to keep you posted.
Look forward to it, hon. You have a great evening.
Thank you so much. Be blessed.
Bye, darlings. All right. Now let's go to 347. You're on the air. Now I have two of you, so I'm going to give you those, your last digit is 1.
Hello.
Hi. Who we got?
Hi. My name is Catherine.
Hi, Catherine. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
You're doing good, Catherine. How can I help you?
I have been seeing a man for about 6 months, I guess, at this point. And sometimes it's really great, and sometimes it's not really great. And I don't know. He's kind of all over the place, but when we're together, it's wonderful.
Right.
So I was just kind of wondering what you thought about him.
I think he's a good guy, although I think he's a bit scattered, which is why when you're not with him, his focus is everywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like it's intentional. I just feel like that's the type of person he is. He likes to zone in and focus when he's with you. And when he's not with you, he's like bouncing all over the place, doing this, doing that, doing that. But then he comes back to that focus. And I think that that's good for him for right now. I do feel like it's getting more stable and more smoothed over probably the next 8 weeks. And your guys really get more focused on building this relationship stronger.
Okay, there are definitely other women. What do you think about that? And it didn't bother me.
Don't worry about them.
No?
No, they're not significant at all.
Am I? Because sometimes I worry that I'm not.
No, you are. Because he focuses with you. He's not, parading around with everybody. He's focused with you. And that's why you're important, you're stable, you're comfortable. So with that, you got to look at it and go, okay, he's just weeding out his crap. But when he's with me, and that's the important part for right now because of the stage of the relationship you're into.
Okay. Because he gets a little, cagey sometimes. I said something to him tonight, and he was like, see, this is why I'm not in a relationship, because I don't want to have to answer to anybody. Because, I asked him a question, and he was like, I don't want to have to answer to anybody, and, kind of went, lost his mind a little bit. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to see I don't.
Basically said is, I don't want to answer that because I don't want you to get mad and upset and treat me like crap. So he's responding to old behaviors that he's had before.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay. So, it's just a little, I think it's great. I just think that he's a little touchy in certain areas.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a great night.
You're welcome. You too. Bye, darlings.
Bye.
All right. Now we're going to move over to 763. 763, you're on the air.
Hi, Aeson. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm being evil, honey. How are you doing?
Okay, I had a great job interview yesterday. It went about an hour and a half. And
that's a good one.
Yeah. So then I asked them if I did good enough for the job, because I answered all the questions correctly, and I did really good. I mean, I knew my stuff because of, And she said I did excellent, but she couldn't say yet. And then she asked me questions about being an auditor, and that she hates auditors. And I broke it down for her, and she said, I never thought of it that way. I said, if we only go to places that commit fraud, they would know we were coming, and they would bury their stuff. I said, it's got to be fair across the board. Okay, so, then she goes, I never thought about it. And I said, so the next time an auditor comes, you might want to make it easier for them. And, that made her think. And I think it made a big impression on her. So then I explained to the original interview person that how long would it be before I knew, and she said it could be a while. I said, okay. I said, I'm going to have to go to Pennsylvania then with my job because I have to make money. And next thing I know, I'm getting the reference request that I had to fill out for them. And it went through to those people right away. And I've been told once they ask you for the request for references that you pretty much have the job.
Yeah, that's pretty much the process because now they're doing your checks and your balances and making sure everything's okay. I think you had the job before you even applied, honey. And I think that you just need to stay focused on it.
Okay. I feel really positive. And Aeson, even you must be surprised that I've stayed very positive about this.
Yes, I have. I'm very surprised that you're not beating yourself up and, manipulating things. And I think that, you are, a prime example of someone who has to keep order. If you keep order on the outside, the inside orders itself naturally, and things flow more smoother.
And just tell me when you got to let me go. But another thing that I did is I joined a dating site.
Woohoo!
I thought about what you said between beef and chicken,
Yeah.
And I decided I am very positive. I've been back and forth for like a long time. Mm-hmm. You are my life coach, and you've helped me a lot. And in the last couple of weeks, because you have been so incredibly busy and you have to literally get so much done,
mm-hmm.
I've had to depend on myself. Which
is what you're supposed to be doing. I'm not supposed to be going, no, wear the black socks and the heels. Yes, the heels. Life coach, psychic, when those two happens, it doesn't, we're there to go, turn left, yes, left, yes, left. Okay, you're going to go right, not a problem. That means you have to do a U-turn in 2 blocks. I'll see you then. Type thing. Because, you've got the tools. Now it's time for you to branch out and do that and to get the things done.
And I've stayed very positive, more positive than I ever have. Right. I've had a positive outlook, but there's been those major back steps, and I've stayed more positive. Today,
but those back steps are just breaking ties.
Well, I called and talked to Tammy at the company I work at, and I said, you're going to be getting an email, and it's for a reference for me. I said, I really hope that you give me a good reference. And she goes, we don't want to let you go. Matter of fact, they fought to keep me this last week. I wrote a true letter about all the crap that happened when I was in Hawaii and the person's responsibility that it was to make sure that crap didn't happen. And that person got mad at me, confronted me. And I said, I stated everything the truth. I said, what you don't realize is that you just ripped off the company, basically, because you're paying so much for me to be there. Not that I'm getting the income, but the company's paying a fortune, and nothing was done. Sure. And so, anyways, I asked Tammy, I said, I really hope I get a good reference. She goes, do you know how many times you have saved our asses? That's a quote unquote. She goes, I will give you an excellent reference. She goes, I do not want you to leave. She goes, and there's others way higher ups that don't want me to leave. And I said, I can't be down 3 or 4 months a year, and that's what it's been. And okay, so they're going to give me excellent references. I know I got this job. I know I'm going to do great in this job. I know I have a lot of training to do because it's a very high-risk job in the medical field because it's allergy and asthma. And we're building up immune systems. And so you have to watch these patients really good because they can go into respiratory distress immediately. Anyway,
they can go in respiratory distress if someone sneezes around them too loudly, okay? Because, in general, both of those systems have to be functional. And, it's careful. It's not as careful as, like, heart attacks, but you'll do fine in it. But, you've got some time off here. Get the crap in order. Have your outfits laid out. Not laid out, but put together to where you can just grab one hanger and ready to go. Streamline your household. Streamline your activities because you're going to be going from working 8-hour days, 3 days this
12
week,
hours.
4 days, 12-hour days next week, to working 9 to 5, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 6 on Friday, and it's going to be a change in lifestyle. So that means it's time to pick up, clean up, organize, and streamline.
Yep, and you know what? I have started doing that. I have. And I've even been saying no to other people, as you know.
Good.
And I joined this dating site last night. I missed your show.
Yay.
My God, I missed it. But I was hanging out with girlfriends. Girlfriends.
That's okay. We're over on we're on everywhere. Literally, you can pick up your phone, type in the Psychic Coffee Shop, and you can pull up any of our shows, so you never technically miss us.
I know. And I like to go to the shows, and I still have a bunch to listen to. But you know what? I learned so much when I go back. Like one of them, the spiritual, I forgot the exact name, but I go back to that one, and I listen, and I'm like, yes. Or just listening to your voice talk about things that you've already told me that I didn't enact. It's in those shows. And I'm like, okay, so I can't, Aeson's way busy. He's got a million things going on at once, and it's not going to lighten up for a long time. I have to depend on myself. But when I need Aeson and I can't bug him, that means I have to go to those. And yes, the answers are there in those shows.
Right. I mean, for life practice, life coaching stuff, it doesn't change. The situations may change, but the tools are there. And, we've been on air almost a decade. We have almost 200 shows in just the Psychic Coffee Shop. So there is 200 tools there because every show has been a tool or a book or something to add to that. So definitely go and listen to them. You can download them and take them with you on your smartphones.
Yep.
And they're free. It doesn't cost anything on iTunes. Doesn't cost anything on Google Play. Any of the services that we're in, they're free. So you can get them very much immediately.
And also your inspirational, your dailies.
Oh,
the
yes,
inspiration.
yes.
Yeah. And so, anyways, what I want to say is I thank you, Aeson. You've given me so many tools. You've given me a foundation that I learned to keep building on. And I love you to death.
Love you.
My next thing is the cat and dog. I look like a railroad track with scratches all over.
Well, what you've got to do with that. Training.
I did the thump on her paw. She started swatting me, and I thumped again, and I told her no. So then she goes and attacks everything on my coffee table. That's what she's been doing for the last few days.
Well, yeah, because you've not let her know that that's your space. Lionesses have to have territory. Okay?
Okay.
So you need to talk to her about what her territory is, where her space is versus where your space is.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you feel like
when she gets up there taking I don't know, a fan or a remote or something and hitting the table.
How did you know she was doing that?
Okay. Just because of the way she is.
Literally, she swings them with her paw off the table.
Yeah, that's because she's trying to clear her space. It's like, no, down.
So just keep repeating the process with her.
Exactly, because you've got to train her.
Okay, I really didn't know cats were trainable, really, because I've never been a cat person.
Cats are more trainable than dogs. They're just stubborn.
Thank God. Because I've been telling her no very firmly, putting her down. The Peanut's been hiding all her toys.
You need noise. Okay? Example, a can of Pringles that you've ate, take and fill it with paper clips and bolts and whatnot, and shaky, shaky, shaky when you say no.
Okay. I thank God you finished explaining that because I thought you meant, loud toys.
No, you want noise to get her attention to go, I don't want that noise thing to go off again.
Okay.
If she was a little older, if she was closer to 5 or 6, I'd say a foghorn, but that's a little loud for Peanut, so a shaky, shaky you can't.
Okay, I will do that.
Anything that really creates noise.
And then I did her out in my bedroom the other night. Now, so I got this job. I'm on the dating side. I'm going for peace, Aeson. And I'm going to go on with my life. And I got a feeling that my company I'm with might be making me an offer. I think I need to refuse that. Do you agree?
I think you need to move on. It's time for you've grown now. It's time to move forward. Well, sweetie, I got to take a break, and then I got some more callers to take, okay?
Great. All right.
Awesome.
I'll listen.
Talk to you later.
All righty.
All right, guys, we're going to take a short station break, and I'll be right back. Where are we at?
Do you have burning questions you need answered? We all do. Visit our website at psychic.biz, where you can find accurate psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers from around the world who are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can have your questions answered anonymously and right from your computer, tablet, or smartphone. The introductory chat is always free, and we offer low per-minute rates and special promotions. Our online psychics offer helpful, practical guidance into what matters most to you. Visit us today at psychic.biz.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Well, welcome back. And, remember that over on psychic.biz where you can reach me, and they're they're our sponsor for the new station here. They're giving you guys a couple coupons. One is Summer 16 that gives you $5 free, no deposit necessary. If you're a new client, meaning you do not have a Psychic.biz account, you will automatically get $5 free, so that's technically $10 free. And then you've got the coupon code COFFEE for being a Psychic Coffee Shop listener, and with that, it gives you $10 free on a $15 deposit. And technically, you can combine those deals all up. You sign in for your new account. You do have to verify your email address to make sure that you only have one account because of the great deals they do. And you feed in your coupon codes, do the Summer 16 one first, and then do a $15 deposit with coffee, and you're going to get matched. Actually, you're going to get $5 extra. So that's so you get 23 with a $15 deposit basically. So that's a really good deal. My current rate over there is $1.99, and I doubt I'm going to raise it for a very, very long time. And you can get me on video, you can get me in chat, and you can also get me on the phone. So either of those three ways. The only thing we don't currently have is text messaging, but I do believe that's in the works. And, we do have some really cool shows here now. We have tomorrow night Radio Terror, and she's going to be talking about using terror in your everyday life. Raz is awesome. Then on Sunday, we've got the Angelic Whisperer, Divine Angel, and she's going to be talking and probably bringing in some meditation. She just got done training with Vincent Von Prague. And she trains with a lot of high-profile psychics. She's trained with Doreen Valiente. No, not Valiente. Oh, goodness. The Angel Lady. I can't think of her name. And Valentine, she's Angel certified. She's Reiki certified through them, too. She's got some good training. And she's from Germany, which means she's also got some Germanic trainings in there, which is awesome. And then on Tuesdays, a little earlier than normal, starting at 6:30, we've got the Oracle's Point of View. And then right after that show, which is an hour-long show at 8 o'clock, you guys can join us over at YouTube for psychic.biz live, and all you have to do there is just type in Aeson Knight, and that'll take you to my YouTube channel, where you get videos and different things that I put up monthly. The energy overviews will be coming out later this month for August. Those will be interesting. And then, later in on Wednesday, we're back at 11 with the Psychic Coffee Shop. And, of course, then on Thursday nights we do conversations where you guys become my co-host and we have a little bit of fun. All right, guys, so let's get back to the calls and where we're at. All right, so now we're going to go to 347, and the last digit is a 6. Hi, who we got?
Hi, it's Tamika. It's Tamika. Hi.
Hi, Tamika, honey. How are you?
I'm okay. Just a lot going on with my health and work. Just wanted to see first of all, what you see with work. Right now, I'm not working because I think it has to do with my health. And my doctor is saying, I just have a lot of doctor's appointments coming up soon because something is a little going on, like something a little arthritic going on, it looks like, in my blood results. That's why I've been complaining about pain for this long. So it's like all this stuff is happening now.
But it's nothing that's not manageable, honey. Okay. Once they get your test in, yes, they can even manage the pain. Okay. I think that's something that you can very much overcome. And get it into check. Now, is it going to be every day? It's going to be a great day? No. But is it something that they can get you on some good meds and get you situated and get you to where you're living almost a normal life? Yes. Okay. And yeah, I understand that level of pain that I'm feeling, especially down the spine and in the left leg. That is very much arthritis.
And it's like I'm not happy. Yeah, I'm not excited about having that, but it's been going on since my early 20s. And just to find some kind of, finally, a word about it, I'm sorry, it's kind of like relief. Because I just think
it should be really funny.
I can't even walk to the store.
Yeah, just because of so much pain. But I'm going to tell you, honey, and I can, I have RA and I've have a few other problems. And, yeah, once you get on the right combination, and it takes a little bit, because we got to figure out what works with you. And they may even have to try some older drugs like they did with me. It's very much a different life. Okay? Because in February, I started a new regimen. And when I got that regimen, it feels like I'm back in my 20s again. Okay? Yeah. So I feel like, you've got comfortable doctors. You're going to be going back to work probably within 6 weeks, and they're going to get your factors corrected and the right medication.
Because, most of the doctors, most of them, like my primary care, she doesn't really help. She looks, younger than me, and I look very young. And then most of the doctors, they're like, you look fine, on the outside. They don't want to give me anything because they're like, you look totally fine. And I'm like, but I feel like those 80-year-olds in your waiting room right now. I'm telling you the way I feel. Like, no one believes me.
Right. That's why you've got, are you going to a specific rheumatoid or arthritis doctor?
Well, now, as of this week and next week, the next couple of weeks, I have a few different ones set up to go to. It's finally I got some sort of name for this pain that I've been feeling all these years, and I have all these different rheumatologist appointments coming up. So it's I'm hoping that they don't,
They'll find it. I mean, it's a simple blood test. Heck, they could do an X-ray and see. If a blind man can see it on your hip, honey, because they'll see the crystallization there.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm going to suggest something, but please check with your rheumatoid arthritis doctor. High doses of vitamin B12 and vitamin D, but check with him because that makes a significant difference in the fatigue that goes on also with this.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Okay.
Vitamin B12 and D.
Yeah, B12 and D.
Okay.
Okay, because it fights the fatigue that's going to come with this, because you already get tired faster than what you should because your body is like without any oil.
Yeah, my legs are always angry, and there's things I need to do, like get a more comfortable bed and things like that. But it's like my body needs to work to get the money for it, and I never could work long enough to build up the money for it because my body's like, nope, I'm done. We can't do this anymore. We're stopping now.
Right. And then you're just toast. So, you got to get in there. You got to really get in there. You got to make them run the test. I don't think they're going to have a problem running the test. I want them to even check your endorphin glands, your endorphin levels, okay, because they're going to see that those are high. And, yeah, you'll go through times when you have to go back and go, okay, this medication has stopped working. Let's come up with a new formula. And they will. I feel like you go with he's probably in his mid-30s doctor who knows his stuff and can see it just by looking at you. But I want you to do something that's going to be kind of hard. Go to those doctor's appointments unprepped. No makeup. Don't do your hair. Don't buff up and look all pretty. Throw on some jeans like you're going to go outside to walk to the mailbox. Okay? So that they can actually see your skin tone. They can see your coloring. They can see your actual movements.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. I mean, I was trying to be respectful and go to my appointments, looking like respectful, but I'm like, do I have to go in there looking tore up for them to see how I feel every day? I think I'm going to have to. You have
to go in there looking like you do every day. That's why I'm saying don't put the makeup on, don't do the hair, to get them to understand that I feel like crap.
Yeah.
I don't even feel like walking, and I have to use a cane because my legs are about ready to fall out from underneath me.
Seriously.
You got to show them the real color of you, the real you, not this prepped up, made up. Oh, I got to look a certain way. You. They won't see that. Their eyes will see you feeling great because everyone else walks in looking like shit and feeling like shit. You need to show them how you look on the outside too, as well as saying, this hurts, this hurts, this hurts. I don't have the energy to do this. I don't have the energy to do that.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay.
And, my doctor, she was suggesting I should try to do disability while they figure this thing out. Because all my jobs are always me on my feet. And I'm really scared about this job. I'm supposed to start August 9th again. Because, it's going to be me on my feet, walking around where I live. You have to go through a lot to get from point A to point B without a car. And I'm dreading it. I'm scared. I'm really, scared to start this again. So I don't know anything about disability. So she's like, well, maybe we should try that, while we try to figure this thing out.
Yeah, it could be helpful, but I think that it would be problematic. I want you to try something, though. I want you to go over to ratrace.org, I think it is. It's Rat Race. They have a lot of unconventional work-from-home jobs that you can do in the interim until you guys get this figured out. But I don't think it's going to take you long to get this figured out. I think they're going to be able to do 2 blood tests and an MRI and see exactly what it is. What's going to take time to figure out is where you need to be medicated at. Okay?
Okay. All right. And this guy, Eris, I'm just I was crying today because I really miss Nick. So I just really miss him. And then this guy, Eris, he's in and out. I don't know how I feel about him either. He texted me last week. I didn't answer him because I was just in this mood. So I haven't answered him. So I'm just wondering what you see with Nick and also what you see with Eris, because I'm going through all this right now. I don't know who I even want to talk to. I just know I'm going through a lot, but I know who I love. And
and I feel like you're going through a lot. I don't feel like it would be beneficial to form a relationship, but I feel Eric's probably the one that's more closest than Eris. Okay?
Nick is, you mean?
Yeah, Nick is.
I still haven't heard from him.
Yeah, give it about another 2 to 3 days, baby.
Really?
Really?
He's been gone for 2 years.
Yeah. And he's been flying around and taking care of his life and getting his crap cleaned up. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I'll keep you posted.
Okay, honey. I'll be here. Let me know what goes on with these doctors, okay?
Yeah,
I'll be praying for you.
Thank you so much, and I'll listen to this over again to go to those sites and take your advice.
Okay, darling.
All right.
Okay, moving on to 631. 631, you're on the air.
Yes, hi. Thanks for taking my phone call.
You're welcome, darling. How you doing?
I'm okay. Not that great.
Oh, well, how can I help you?
When do you see a boyfriend coming in? And don't say feel good about yourself and in 10 years.
Well, honey, you know, if it's going to be that long, I'll let you know, and you can get a book and a cab.
About it. I'll make it happen.
Yeah. Ooh. I say 4 weeks. Yeah.
And how am I going to meet
about 4 weeks. You meet him, you run into him, basically, because he runs into you more so. And he just starts chatting up to you. Okay?
Do you know anything about him?
Tall, lengthy. When I say lengthy, I mean lengthy. He's like 6'4". Very thin. Very much a entrepreneur type, very active all over the place. You know, goes for walks, goes for hikes, off exploring at times. Nice guy. Okay?
All right, but I'm just going to run into him?
You're just going to run literally almost smack dab into him, honey.
You know what it is? My friends who have boyfriends or the single whatever, it's like if I'm dating someone fat, old, and ugly, they'll be happy for me. But if not, then they just go off on me.
Well, honey, here's what I'm going to say to you. Who's dating who? If you're happy in that relationship, you tell those friends to go on down the street if they can't
I'm not in a relationship. They just want me to have somebody like that because then they don't have to.
I know, but I'm saying when you get this guy and they start to
I introduce them to people and then they go after the people I like.
Right. So don't.
No, I'm not.
Okay. And I don't think they'll get a chance anyhow. But if they can't support you and want to talk bad about him, send them on down the street.
Do you know what age he's going to be around?
I'd say about 3 years your junior.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask you one more really quick question? Do you see me getting a teacher aide or teacher assistant job for September? Because that's when the schools start.
You do.
When?
You'll find out about it probably by the end of the month.
This month or August?
This month.
Really? Because
Really?
I only have had one interview so far, so you see me getting a call for other interviews?
I see you getting calls for other interviews because they got to fill the positions.
All right, so maybe next week or the week after?
Correct.
All right, good. Well, I hope I meet this guy. I don't know.
You will, honey.
I know I called another psychic on this, and they said, you're not going to meet anybody till 2017.
Oh, baloney. Baloney.
Yeah, I just thought that too. That was
active, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, honey.
All right, well, thank you.
You're welcome, honey. You have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
All right. Come on, mouse, work. Okay, now I'm moving on. I think we'll take a call from Oz. 111.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Who are we got?
Hi, this is Akanksha.
And how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing good. How can I help you, dear?
Actually, I've been looking for a job to London and I haven't heard from the concerned people.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now I'm just thinking whether I'm just being too hopeful and I should I have a job right now and I'm thinking that I should maybe just stop working towards it?
No, you're going to London, darling. They're just being slow about it.
But do you think they'll confirm anytime soon? Because I've been trying for a year now.
I'd say probably within about another 2 weeks you'll be hearing back from the company.
And would they let me come this year?
Yeah, very much so. Okay, you'll probably be going in September. Okay, that sounds good because I really am exhausted working on it. Right, and you really, really just have to stay focused there and get rid of these fears, and just realize that they take it slower than where you're at, and they do things a little bit slower in general. Okay, it's more of a relaxed.
So do I start September, or will they call me for an interview? Because it's really slow.
You go for the interview in August, you move there in September, and you start in September.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, great. Yes.
All right, darling.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a lovely evening.
You too, thanks.
All right. Okay, let's go to 856. 856, you're on the air.
Hi, Aeson. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. Whatever you can pick up, I'm at the edge.
Well, you're not at the edge. You're at the beginning. You just got to take that jump. I really feel like right now, however, you need to be doing some resting and seeing what's already around you. It looks to me like you've got some things coming for you that's in a better position. Okay? And I really feel that things are going to be taking off and building off of them.
Cool.
Okay?
Cool.
But I'm looking at probably at least 2 weeks before things start growing. And it looks more on your side on a personal area.
Got it. Appreciate it.
Okay. You're welcome, dear. You have a good evening.
You too. Have a good one.
Oh. Okay, now let's go over to 215. 215, you're on the air.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Fine.
How can I help you?
Right now, spiritually, I go to service on Sundays. I try to, but how come I feel paranoid sometimes?
I feel a lot of that has to do with what you think other people think of you, and you really have to not give them that much care.
You see, that's what it is?
Yeah, I think that's why it is. That's why I think that you get a little tense. No, I think that you feel people are judging you and they're not. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's deep.
Yeah.
It's kind of a deep. It's deep, man. I never saw it that way.
Yeah, that's why you get a little paranoid. That's why you get a little scared. That's why you get a little frictious.
Now, secondly, just one more question. I shoot films. Where do you see that going? Do you see it as a hobby?
I feel it's a hobby for now that you can make into a career, but here's the thing with that. You need to be getting them out in front of people.
Okay.
So, like, YouTube film them or, them or whatever. Just get them out there so people can see them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I think that would probably do you best.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a lovely evening. Okay. Da-da-da. Well, it's spinning. Let's give it a minute. 570, you're on the air.
Hello, darling. It's Marty. How are you, sweetie?
Good, honey. How you doing?
I'm just hanging out on my deck in this lovely warm evening with my little man.
I bet he's loving it. Good.
He loves his lap lumping time. Yes, he does.
Uh-huh.
Well, he went on another hunt for brother this morning, but still no brother.
Well, that's good. Well, brother's still coming, and he's still going to be a little tiny thing.
So you think we underestimated on when he was going to get birthed, huh?
That, or he's just going to be little. because I've been thinking about it, and most of mine have been, border collies, Great Danes, big dogs, big cockers. I mean, full-size cocker spaniels.
Right.
But he just looks like a little ruffle muffin that'll fit in your hand.
Because, he was only about 11, 12 pounds before he left. So,
right.
I was thinking he might want to come back bigger, but he's going to stay tiny, huh?
Well, he's going to come in tiny. He might be huge, but he's going to come in tiny.
Because,
okay.
I don't have the upper body strength and stuff to deal with big dogs. I haven't for years.
No.
I have nothing against them. It's just my own,
exactly.
lack of flexibility and, stuff,
Well, it's like I don't let Mom even put, it's like I don't let Mama Knight even put Vlad out, because he's a big 75-pound dog. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, you'll see pictures of him all the time. He's a big boy. And, she's just 5'11" and maybe soaking wet 125 pounds.
Lap dogs are better for old ladies.
Exactly.
Lap dogs are definitely better.
That's why she has the Pom and I have the big border collie. But when he comes in, he's going to be just a little puppy.
Mhm.
Okay? And tiny, little tiny thing. And I think, we either thought he was getting birthed sooner, or he's just taking time for the puzzle pieces to fit together. Because here's the chain of reactions that has to occur. 1, Mama has to have it. 2, yucky redneck dude with a panel van has to drop him off. 3, little kid down the street has to be there to pick him up and to bring him to your house.
Mhm.
So the universe and the angels, of course, the angels are watching over and making sure all this transpires, but they have to get it lined up right. And that may be the hold-off there, is it all has to fit in.
I just think it's a trip how Chino will go like days without searching, and then all of a sudden he'll get up in the morning and he'll start the hunt again, and it's like, it's awesome that they're still so connected on an energetic level. But
they're very much
I
still
tell you,
level.
I wish I still had that kind of energetic attachment with my twin since he went back in his body, because, it's like, good Lord, it's been over 2 years.
But
and it's like, where the heck are you?
I don't think you need to be sniffing leaves like he is, and sniffing carpet trying to figure out where he went to. And I really think, and this is the way I feel like it is. The nights that he deep sleeps, and he's deep sleeping because he's full belly, all stretched out, snoring even. He wakes up and starts searching because he thinks he's missed him and missed his arrival. And it's like, where are you humans keeping the baby?
Yep,
so
that's what he does.
But on the
That's
days
what he
that
does.
he
He just gets
really
up and starts hunting right out of bed. So.
Yep. Before even his puppy water. But the nights that he doesn't deep sleep and you're not real active, he doesn't hunt because the energy doesn't feel right.
Mhm.
Okay. So I think we're all three maybe a little ahead of ourselves, and we're just waiting for the angels to get everything lined up. Like it had to happen with another situation that just got solved today. Things had to line up right.
with my son, yeah. And they were telling him that I think they made it clear they were very delighted to finally get him back because they kept trying to get him back, and they did drop mention that even though they're not starting him back with a full time, they're giving him 4 days a week, 3 days in the department that he had been training to get moved into, and they kept not moving him there.
Right.
But he's got 3 days a week there, and then 1 day a week in another department, which he's okay with as long as they don't ever put him back in that old one. But they did drop mention that they are looking to, quote, groom him for advancement. So that sounds like to me that they do want to maybe give him the full time in receiving eventually. They just want him to get more experience in there, I think.
Well, not only that, but they have to balance the hours. But here's the thing. I feel like he's going to be working at least 5 days a week.
Okay, because they only offered him 4 for now, but of course that's always subject to change, you know.
It's always subject to change. It's always subject to, someone else not moving on.
And I mean, he is very well liked there by all levels of management, so.
Exactly. And he's a hard worker, so he deserves this. And,
yes, he does.
He can make a career out of it if he wants to. But he has to, we need him to get that experience back up. I still think he's going to get a call from another job, though. So he's going to have to weigh his decision.
Well, those are the type of things that a person has to, figure out on their own. I don't try to steer him in ways like that. I believe in following one's own inner guidance. Rarely steers you wrong. So.
Well, not only that, but it rarely, messes you up. And I think that this will be really good for him. And he'll be able to get his pay up and, his benefits moving and himself moving.
Well, I think it certainly gave him a good kickback in his self-esteem that he needed that boost. And I think he got the idea that, I think it really drove it home for him that, all those times they kept approaching him, trying to get him to come back. That it's like, it's good. He made him, suffer a little to realize just how much they shouldn't have let him go because he was such a good guy,
Right.
And his old department, like, totally is a shit show. He asked, it's like, how's it going over there? And the guy's just like, oh, God, it's still a bloody nightmare in that department.
Exactly. And that's the way it's going to be in that department until management in that department changes.
Yep, they really need to. They've got the most incompetent twit running that department, and we've often, Tim and I have often said, she must be servicing somebody higher up the food chain because she has done so many health code violations and screwed up schedules and had entry-level employee training the replacements, and she's like a complete consummate screw-up. And yet, even when the store managers try to fire her, the corporate management says no. So you gotta wonder who she's sleeping with or whatever. But here nor there.
They don't go with enough documentation. That's the problem.
But he said flat out though, you even try putting me back there, I'm walking right back out the door. So they're not they're not going there because they don't want to lose him again. So so let me ask you, love, before I let you go, because you probably got someone else waiting. But
actually, I'm running out of time. But anyhow, what's up, babe?
Mr. Veteran still has not reemerged from the woodwork, and you getting anything on him?
Should give it this week. It should be this week. I really think you need to, I think you need more ice cream, and I think you need to go probably more around sunset.
Well, that's when I usually almost always go to the park, is the last couple of hours before sundown, because as I've told you, little man cannot take the heat. Mama don't take it so good either, but he's a winter guy and he's really well insulated. He don't take the heat, so we seldom go before 6:30, and that's pretty much our normal time of day we go. So
but you need to be around the pond around sunset.
Yeah, that's our normal time. So.
Okay.
And that's what it was late in the day. The time I met him, it's just I was surprised because you'd seemed fairly certain he was going to turn back up within a week or two, and God, it's been over a month, so he's being an elusive little bugger.
Nah, he's just being slow as heck, honey.
Yeah,
okay.
But I did take my son and little man for ice cream a couple of times.
Good.
Only
no,
twice.
Don't leave Tim alone. Leave Tim to work. Just you and little man. We don't want to scare him off.
Oh my Lord.
Okay.
Tim's not scary.
Oh yes, he is.
He's a really big boy, but he's a sweet, gentle giant of a kid. So.
No, I know, honey, but everyone don't know that until they get past that shield. So give him some room. Okay?
All right. So it almost sounds like you half expect me to run into him at the ice cream place rather than the lake.
No, I just know he goes there a lot, so you need to get comfortable with it.
I see.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. Little man sure likes it because he gets the best of both worlds. He gets a tasty treat, and he gets the fragrance of cow manure from the farms.
I tell you, he just loves that scent. But anyhow, honey, I got to go. I'll talk at you later. Thank you so much for calling.
Night.
You too, dear.
Take care, sweetie.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining and being my co-host. I love talking to all of you guys. Unfortunately, time runs out. But tune in tomorrow night to Radio Terror with Roz. That'll be on at 9 p.m., and she is just wonderful. She's going to be talking about how to use tarot to manifest into your daily life. Until then, have a blessed evening. Good night, all. Good night, Gracie.